Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, I got a lot of feedback for the prototype that I'm working on, Critic Gang Gold, um, about the arms. Now, most of the feedback is really positive and it's been really good, but some people have been questioning whether or not having arms in VR makes sense if it's not going to cause more problems than its like benefits are. You can see here, for instance, my arm now, it doesn't know that my elbow is bending down, though sometimes it guesses it correctly. It all depends. But so I just wanted to defend that stance a little bit. When I first started seeing VR demos, I always saw the floating hands, and on the beginning, it struck me as odd, but I just kind of got used to it and never really thought about it again until I started working on my own. But now that I'm working on my own, I feel like the arms really give you, and I hate to use the magic word here, but presence. I feel like my arms are there, and I feel like there's more uh, of me that is vulnerable to enemy fire. Um, a lot of the positive things about having arms is this is going to be a multiplayer game, so you're going to be shot all over the place. And the idea is, which doesn't work yet, but the idea is that if you get shot in the arm, oh, little lag there. If you get shot in the arm, that renders that arm useless. And so you would move your physical arm, but your virtual arm would just be hanging there, and you can no longer pick up a gun with it, and you would start bleeding out. But so you can try to beat the odds by coming back. Also, in this prototype, you see that I have a roll mechanism, which is traditionally a teleport, but in this case, in this game, it's not instant. The character actually moves towards that location, which is not visible to the character, but it's visible to the other multiplayer people. So if they, for instance, get shot in the leg, then they can't roll as far anymore. If they get shot in both legs, then they are like immobile. And I can't restrain the player's physical movement, but I can do a lot to their digital body. Of course, I will never do anything that will. I don't want to do anything that makes people dizzy or anything like that. But what this body also allows me to do is, for instance, if at the moment you can see that there is an obstacle here, and I can't stop the player from just physically walking through this obstacle. Oh, I'm by my chair. But what I can do is I can stop the body from going through that obstacle, right? Which means that it doesn't give you an advantage in multiplayer to just go through walls. Like this wall, for instance, I can just whoop and I'm on the other side like Ghost. But the idea is your digital head is going to have colliders on it that will prevent it from going through the wall. And whenever your physical head or your tracked head, your VR head, goes through the wall and your virtual head stays behind, it will cast a ray towards your physical head, and if it can no longer see that head, it will shut the blind. So if you try to look through a wall, you will just see black, not giving you an advantage of being able to look through walls, which also isn't implemented yet. But also, physical arms is cool so those are some of the reasons. But one thing that I like is when because this game is going to be so brutal with people throwing. I have to work out the colliders at the moment. They're a little wonky. Uh, with people throwing all these physical objects, I want you to be able to use your body to block an incoming table or a cracked bottle from hitting your head with your arms and your hands. So that's important to me. So I feel like uh, the ends justify the ends justify the means. I feel like it's worth uh, the little bit of wonkiness and weirdness. Of course, this is not the model that we're going to be using in the game, but the little bit of weirdness that's happening with the arms sometimes, you see how it's like turning in the wrong direction. I think that's worth the benefits of it. So, yeah, that's my little explanation on why I'm going to be using arms. All right, thanks for watching. Bye bye. Bye bye.